So Bitcoin recently hit a new all-time high of $69,000 on November 10th, 2021. Now, according to coinmarketcap.com, there are now more than 14,000 cryptocurrencies at the time of making this video. But if that's the case, what keeps Bitcoin at the top of the list and what gives Bitcoin its value? Is it just a speculative bet or actually a sound investment? Hey everyone, my name is Dexter and thank you for joining me. If you are new to this channel, I talk about personal finance, investing, and financial technology. So if you want to learn more about these topics, please consider subscribing so you get notified when I come out with new weekly episodes. In today's episode, I'm going to be diving into what might give value to Bitcoin, or in broader terms, what gives value to anything. So let's get started. In the world of economics, in order for something to have value, it needs to provide utility and possess scarcity. So what exactly does that mean? Well, to give you the standard economics 101 textbook definition, utility is basically the level of satisfaction you get from consuming a good or service, while scarcity just means that there is a limited supply of that good or service. Now we see these concepts of utility and scarcity in virtually all parts of our lives. Allow me to demonstrate. When you're at home, you're probably getting a level of satisfaction from having running water, which enables you to stay hydrated, take showers, flush the toilet, and let's not forget, wash your hands. And you might also get a level of satisfaction from using electricity to power your computer, smartphone, appliances, and to literally keep the lights on. This level of utility you get from consuming these services can therefore be directly translated to your demand for these services and thus the price you're willing to pay for them. Now, wouldn't it be hilarious if they called the price you pay a utility bill?
Well, spoiler alert, they do.
Well, all jokes aside, you're probably waiting for me to get to the point of why this relates to Bitcoin and why Bitcoin might have value. Now, when we talk about investments, this same concept of utility and scarcity still applies. Of course, with the added feature that with an investment, you're anticipating that the future value of that investment will be worth more than what it is when you bought it. In other words, you're willing to make the trade-off to defer your utility today by investing your money with the potential that the future value of your investment will at least preserve or increase the purchasing power or utility of what you can enjoy in the future. Just look at some common investments like stocks, gold, or real estate. They all have limited supply and provide some level of utility or perceived utility that directly translate to the supply and demand that result in the market price that people are willing to pay for them. Stocks provide utility because they are units of ownership in a company that produces revenue and maybe a product that enables an investor to sell their stock for a higher price and maybe even get a dividend. Gold provides utility through its use in electronic components, as jewelry, and a store of value to hedge against the depreciation of fiat currencies. Real estate, on the other hand, provides utility because you can live in the property, get rental income, wait for the property to appreciate in value, and potentially sell it for a profit. So how does this relate to the value of Bitcoin? Well, just like the common investments I just mentioned, Bitcoin also follows the same principle of utility and scarcity that drive its real-world supply and demand. Because there is scarcity built into Bitcoin, there is a finite supply of 21 million Bitcoin that will ever be created. While in terms of utility, Bitcoin, number one, serves as a decentralized global store of value for digital money. Because it isn't owned by any single country and is capped in supply, its purchasing power isn't eroded in the same way fiat currencies are, with money printing that result in currency inflation that drives up the price levels for goods and services. And number two, Bitcoin is seen as an investment or speculative instrument, which is purely dependent on the intent of the purchaser of the Bitcoin. You can either HODL it for the long run, or for some, trade on the volatility that still exists today. And number three, Bitcoin acts as digital property without an intermediary. This means that Bitcoin enables you to custody your own Bitcoin so you can store, send, and receive Bitcoin without high transaction fees and foreign exchange costs that you might have with a traditional financial institution if you're sending money overseas. And number four, Bitcoin allows you to pledge your Bitcoin as collateral. Being a digital property, you can borrow money against your Bitcoin or other digital assets to get a lower interest rate or APR through platforms like BlockFi, Celsius, Coinbase, or Nexo, compared to what you might pay if you take out an unsecured loan that relies solely on your credit score. And lastly, number 5, Bitcoin enables you to earn passive income. In the same way you can borrow money against your Bitcoin, you can also deposit it on the same platforms of BlockFi, Celsius, Coinbase, or Nexo to earn interest income that is paid out in additional Bitcoin to your account. Isn't that awesome? If you're just beginning to learn about Bitcoin, I made an episode called Bitcoin Explained that breaks down the economics and underlying framework about the technology of Bitcoin, which you can check out, and I'll leave a link in the description below. Hey guys, just a quick disclaimer, this episode is solely for entertainment purposes, and if you are considering making any investment, please seek professional financial and investment advice. Bitcoin is a volatile asset class and there are risks involved, so please do your own research before making any decision. In conclusion, Bitcoin does appear to have real-world value. Bitcoin's utility comes from multiple factors, where you can think of Bitcoin like the Swiss Army knife of digital value, because different people view it to have different use cases, like being a store of value, being an investment, being a digital property, being currency, or being digital gold. Another way to think about it is to just compare Bitcoin to the currency in your own country. Has Bitcoin appreciated in value against your currency in what you can buy today, or the other way around? Just think about it. At the time of making this video, if you have 1 Bitcoin today, global demand shows that someone out there in the world is willing to pay you $60,000 for your Bitcoin, and the transaction can be settled in a matter of minutes. Pretty cool, huh? And as always, guys, if you feel like you've gotten value from this episode, please consider subscribing to this channel, hitting that thumbs up button, and ringing that bell icon, as this will help this message to get out to more people like yourselves. Until next time, my name is Dexter, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. And number 4, Bitcoin allows you to pledge your Bitcoin as collateral. Being a digital property, you can borrow money against your Bitcoin or digital. Oh gosh.